Welcome back to the channel Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we're going deep into the world of rare Lincoln 1-cent coins that could be worth big money. We'll be talking about the 1961D, 1962D, 1963D, and 1964D Lincoln cents, all struck at the Denver Mint, coins that might look ordinary but can be hiding valuable errors, mint varieties, and high-grade gems that collectors pay serious cash for. Let's get started. First up, the Lincoln cent series began in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent, and has since become the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1961, the coin had already been in circulation for over 50 years, yet it remained virtually unchanged, a testament to its popularity. The year 1961 was part of the wheat reverse era, which ran from 1909 to 1958, followed by the memorial reverse design starting in 1959. That means your 1961D penny features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that lasted until 2008. This was a time of economic growth and modernization in America, and the humble penny was still widely used in daily transactions. Collectors today see it as a link between classic U.S. coinage and modern minting technology. On the obverse side of the coin, we find the enduring image of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, facing right. This portrait, sculpted by Victor D. Brenner, is one of the most iconic designs in American history and was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Above Lincoln's head appears the national motto, "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty, and to the right, the date 1961, followed by the small d mint mark, identifying the Denver Mint as the place of production. In uncirculated condition, the details of Lincoln's face, hair, and coat remain sharp and brilliant, showing full luster and no wear. Collectors especially appreciate coins with a bright, original red tone, known as red RD designation, which dramatically increases their value compared to brown or red-brown examples. The reverse side of the 1961D Lincoln penny features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, who later became chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. This design replaced the wheat ears reverse that had graced the Lincoln cent since 1909. The Lincoln Memorial design was intended to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth and the 150th anniversary of his presidency. If you look closely under magnification, you can even see a tiny image of the statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a small but incredible detail that makes this design special. The inscriptions include United States of America along the top and the denomination 1 cent at the bottom, with E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, above the memorial. In uncirculated condition, the coin's reverse shines with full copper luster and crisp architectural lines, making it a stunning piece to display. The 1961D Lincoln 1-cent coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown color and metallic feel that collectors love. It weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and features a plain edge. These copper coins were struck before the composition changed to copper-plated zinc in 1982, which makes older issues like this one more durable and visually appealing. The Denver Mint used high-quality dies to produce brilliant, well-struck examples, especially in early minting runs. Uncirculated specimens with full mint red color and strong luster are highly sought after, especially by collectors looking to complete Lincoln Memorial cent sets or type collections of mid-century U.S. coins. The combination of high-quality design, brilliant color, and historical importance makes this coin a cornerstone of 20th-century American coinage. The 1961D penny had a total mintage of approximately 1.75 billion coins, making it one of the most heavily produced cents of its era. Despite this high number, uncirculated examples are still prized due to their condition and color preservation. Coins struck at the Denver Mint are generally well-made, showing strong details and fewer strike weaknesses compared to some Philadelphia issues. Because of their massive production, circulated examples are extremely common, but uncirculated coins, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, are becoming harder to find. Many rolls of uncirculated 1961 D pennies were stored away by collectors during the 1960s coin boom, and these are now appearing in collections, auctions, and estate sales, giving modern collectors a chance to own a piece of American minting history in pristine condition. Now, let's talk about what your 1961 D Lincoln penny is worth today. In uncirculated condition, this coin can be valued between 20 cents and $0.50 depending on luster, color, and strike quality. In brilliant red uncirculated condition, MS65 red, it can fetch around $3 to $5 on the collector market. Higher grades, such as MS66 red, can reach $10 to $15, while top-quality examples certified by PCGS or NGC in MS67 red have been known to sell for $150 or more at auction. The highest recorded sale for a 1961 D Lincoln cent was over $700, proving that flawless examples are rare and valuable. While most pieces aren't worth a fortune, coins with perfect preservation, stunning color, or unique die characteristics can be exciting finds for both new and seasoned collectors. The 1961 D Lincoln cent is also known for several interesting minting varieties and errors, which significantly increase collector interest. Some of the most notable include die cracks, die chips, off-center strikes, and double die reverses. There are also examples with repunched mint marks, RPMs, where the D was stamped more than once. These are collectible varieties worth examining closely under magnification. Certain RPM varieties, like the 1961 D/D North or 1961 D/D East, can be worth $25 to $100 depending on clarity and condition. Even small imperfections can make a coin stand out, especially when they're preserved in uncirculated condition. For collectors who enjoy hunting for errors, the 1961 D penny offers many opportunities to find hidden gems in rolls or old collections. Beyond its monetary value, the 1961 D Lincoln 1-cent coin holds cultural and historical significance. It's a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, one of America's greatest leaders, and a reflection of mid-20th century minting craftsmanship. By 1961, Lincoln had already become a symbol of unity, justice, and resilience, and his image on the penny served as a daily reminder of those ideals. These coins circulated during a period of optimism and progress in American history. The dawn of the space age, the rise of technology, and the early years of John F. Kennedy's presidency. For many collectors, holding a 1961 D penny is like holding a piece of mid-century America, a symbol of both heritage and national pride. The Lincoln cent connects generations of Americans through a single, enduring design that has stood the test of time. And that's the complete story behind the 1961 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, in uncirculated condition, a small but meaningful piece of U.S. history. Though its face value is just a penny, its story, craftsmanship, and historical context make it a coin worth keeping. Whether you're just starting your collection or adding to an existing set, the 1961 D penny deserves a special place in your album. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of rare and valuable coins. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when we uncover more hidden treasures from US and world mints. Comment below if you found a 1961 D Lincoln cent in your collection. Maybe yours could be one of those rare gems worth hundreds. Until next time, happy collecting and keep searching for your next numismatic treasure. Next up. The Lincoln cent is one of the longest-running and most beloved coin series in U.S. history. It was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. By 1962, the penny had already become a familiar part of American life, used daily by millions. The country was experiencing cultural change and rapid modernization during the early 1960s, and coins like the 1962 D cent were witnesses to this pivotal era. The 1962 Lincoln cent continued the memorial reverse design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. These coins not only carried monetary value but also symbolized American progress, unity, and resilience. The obverse of the 1962 D. Lincoln penny features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right. This design by Victor D. Brenner has graced the cent for more than a century. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1962 to the right, followed by the D mint mark denoting the Denver Mint. In uncirculated condition, every detail of Lincoln's profile remains sharp, from the lines of his beard and coat to the expression in his eyes. The coin glows with its original red copper luster, a key indicator of a true mint state piece. Collectors value coins with this bright red color, as oxidation often darkens older copper coins to a brown or reddish-brown tone over time. A brilliant uncirculated 1962 D penny with full mint red color is a stunning piece of American history. On the reverse, the 1962 D cent proudly displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo. This replaced the earlier wheat ears reverse that appeared from 1909 to 1958. The Lincoln Memorial design was introduced to commemorate the legacy of the 16th president and is a marvel of miniature artistry. If you look closely with magnification, you can even see a tiny image of the statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. The inscriptions around the design include "United States of America" at the top, "E pluribus unum," Latin "four out of many one," just above the memorial, and 1 cent at the bottom. In uncirculated condition, the memorial columns, steps, and intricate details remain sharp and clear, showing off the high craftsmanship of the Denver Mint during that time. The 1962 D. Lincoln 1 cent coin was struck in the traditional 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc composition, giving it its distinctive rich, reddish tone. The coin weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, with a plain edge. This classic copper alloy was used for Lincoln cents until 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched to copper-plated zinc due to rising metal costs. The Denver Mint produced these coins with high precision and strong strikes, particularly in the early minting runs. In uncirculated condition, the surface displays brilliant cartwheel luster, that shimmering reflection pattern seen when you tilt the coin under light. For serious collectors, such quality in color, luster, and strike can make the difference between an ordinary penny and a prized collectible. The 1962 D penny had a massive mintage. Over 1.75 billion coins were struck at the Denver Mint that year. Despite this huge number, finding pristine, uncirculated examples can still be challenging. Most were released into circulation and show heavy wear today. However, countless rolls of uncirculated 1962 D pennies were hoarded by collectors during the 1960s coin collecting boom. These rolls preserved the coin's original red color and mint brilliance, which is why they're still accessible today in mint state condition. When you find a bright red 1962 D cent with no scratches or spots, you're looking at a piece of minting history that has survived untouched for more than 60 years, a remarkable feat for such a small denomination. Now let's talk about what your 1962 D Lincoln penny might be worth today in uncirculated condition. While most examples are quite common, their value depends heavily on color, luster, and grade. A red RD uncirculated coin typically sells for between 25 cents to 50 cents USD, while higher grades such as MS65 RD can bring around $3 to $5 US. In MS66 RD, values can climb to $10 to $20 US, and exceptionally preserved coins graded MS67 RD by PCGS or NGC have been known to sell for $150 to $250 USD at auctions. The record sale for a 1962 D Lincoln cent in top condition exceeded $600 US, proving that perfect mint state coins remain highly desirable. So, even though most 1962 D pennies are common, those flawless examples can hold impressive collector value. Like many coins from the early 1960s, the 1962 D Lincoln penny has a few interesting era varieties that make it even more collectible. One of the most sought after is the Repunched Mint Mark, RPM, where the D was stamped twice during the minting process, causing a shadowed or doubled effect. Other notable errors include die cracks, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die chips, and clipped planchets. These minting mistakes can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable find worth anywhere from $20 to several $100s, depending on the clarity and rarity of the error. So, if you have a 1962 D penny, take a close look with a magnifying glass. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure. The 1962 D Lincoln 1-cent coin carries more than just metal value. It represents a chapter in the story of America. These coins circulated during the early 1960s, a time of optimism, innovation, and transformation. The U.S. was entering the space race, and John F. Kennedy was president, a period that shaped modern America. The 1962 D penny connects you to that vibrant era every time you hold it. Collectors value these coins for their simplicity, artistry, and endurance. Even today, the Lincoln cent remains one of the most recognizable and collected coins in the world. Owning a bright red uncirculated 1962 D penny isn't just owning a coin, it's owning a tangible piece of American history that has survived decades unchanged. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the 1962 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small copper gem with a big story. Whether you're a new collector or a longtime enthusiast, this coin is a perfect addition to any U.S. cent collection. It reminds us that even the smallest denominations can hold enormous historical and sentimental value. So, if you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell for more videos about rare, old, and valuable coins from around the world. Comment below if you have a 1962 D penny in your collection. You never know, yours might be one of those rare high-grade examples worth far more than you think. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep searching for your next hidden treasure. Next up. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, and by 1963, it had become a cornerstone of American currency. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, whose iconic portrait of Lincoln remains unchanged even today. The 1963 D cent came out during a pivotal time in American history, the last year before the assassination of President John F. Kennedy and just before the dramatic shifts in U.S. coinage metals of the 1960s. In 1963, the Denver Mint played a major role in producing billions of these copper cents to meet national demand. The 1963 D penny thus represents the final chapter in the era of true copper coinage, before the U.S. Mint made significant compositional changes in later decades. Collectors treasure these coins as beautiful, historical artifacts of early 1960s America. The obverse side of the 1963 D Lincoln penny features the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, facing right. Above his head is the national motto "In God We Trust," while liberty appears to his left, and the date 1963 with the D mint mark appears to the right. The design, crafted by Victor D. Brenner, has become one of the most recognized and respected in U.S. coinage history. In uncirculated condition, this coin gleams with its original bright red copper luster, showing every intricate detail of Lincoln's face, beard, and coat. Collectors often distinguish between three main color designations: red RD, red-brown RB, and brown BN, with bright red coins being the most valuable. A 1963 D penny with a vibrant red shine and a flawless surface is a true gem for any numismatist's collection. Turning to the reverse, the 1963 D cent displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to replace the earlier wheat ears reverse that had appeared from 1909 to 1958. The Lincoln Memorial design was created by Frank Gasparo, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver, to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. The words "United States of America" are boldly inscribed across the top, with "E pluribus unum" just below, and 1 cent prominently featured at the bottom. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of the seated Lincoln statue inside the memorial, a tribute to the president's enduring legacy. In uncirculated condition, the memorial columns and steps are sharp and clearly defined, reflecting the exceptional die work of the Denver Mint in that era. Every uncirculated 1963 D penny is a tiny, shining monument to history. The 1963 D. Lincoln penny was struck from a traditional bronze composition consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the same alloy used since 1909. The coin weighs 3.11 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, with a smooth plain edge. This composition gives the coin its rich red-orange tone and distinctive feel that later zinc-based cents lack. Because copper reacts with oxygen, many circulated examples have turned brown or spotted over time, but uncirculated coins with original red luster are much scarcer and more sought after. In mint condition, the coins fields shimmer with a cartwheel effect when tilted under light, a hallmark of truly pristine copper coins. Collectors and graders often pay special attention to these visual qualities, as they heavily influence a coin's overall grade and market value. The Denver Mint produced a massive 1,774,020,400 Lincoln cents in 1963, a staggering number, even by today's standards. Despite the large mintage, very few of these coins survive in perfect uncirculated condition. Most entered everyday circulation, where they quickly developed scratches, oxidation, and loss of shine. However, thousands of rolls were saved by collectors and investors during the early 1960s coin boom, preserving examples in near-perfect mint condition. Coins taken directly from these mint rolls still retain their brilliant red copper surfaces. Because of their high mintage, circulated 1963 D cents remain common, but high-grade uncirculated specimens are far rarer and command a noticeable premium in the collector's market. Now, let's talk about value, one of the most exciting parts for collectors. In fine condition, a 1963 D penny is worth just about 1 to 3 cents, slightly above face value. However, in uncirculated, mint state condition, values can rise dramatically depending on the quality. A red-brown RB example may bring around 25 cents to 50 cents USD, while a fully red RD uncirculated piece graded MS65 can be worth $3 to $6. Coins graded MS66 RD by professional services like PCGS or NGC can reach $20 to $40, and rare MS67 RD examples have sold for over $200. The record price for a top-quality 1963 D Lincoln cent exceeds $700, achieved at auction for a pristine coin with perfect surfaces and strong eye appeal. While not every coin will reach that level, it's clear that uncirculated 1963 D pennies in bright red condition are well worth preserving. Collectors love 1963 D Lincoln cents not just for their history, but also for their fascinating era varieties. One of the most notable errors from this year is the Repunched Mint Mark, RPM, where the D mint mark appears doubled or slightly misaligned due to multiple impressions during die creation. Other collectible varieties include die cracks, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and even struck-through errors, where foreign material was trapped between the die and the coin blank. Depending on rarity and condition, such error coins can range from $10 to over $300. If you suspect your penny might have one of these anomalies, it's always a good idea to get it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS, NGC, or ANAX to verify its true value. Beyond its monetary value, the 1963 D Lincoln 1-cent coin carries deep historical and cultural significance. These coins circulated during a transformative period in America, just before the tragic end of the Kennedy era and the dawn of modern minting technology. Every 1963 D penny tells a story of a nation on the brink of change, socially, politically, and economically. Collectors cherish it not just as a coin but as a time capsule from the early 1960s, when copper was still king and coins had a tangible weight and warmth. Its classic Lincoln portrait and rich bronze color evoke nostalgia and national pride, making it a must-have for anyone building a complete Lincoln cent collection. So there you have it, the 1963 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a true icon of American coinage that continues to shine more than 60 years after it was struck. From its copper brilliance and iconic design to its fascinating errors and collectible value, this little coin is a perfect blend of history and artistry. If you have one in uncirculated condition, take care of it. It could be worth much more than a penny in the years to come. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on rare coins worth money. Share this video with your fellow collectors, and drop a comment below if you have a 1963 D Lincoln penny. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story waiting to be told. Next up. The Lincoln Cent series has one of the richest legacies in numismatics. It was introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The design by Victor David Brenner was instantly iconic and beloved by the public. By 1964, America was undergoing massive cultural, political, and economic change. The Denver Mint produced over 3 billion of these coins that year to meet heavy circulation demand across the United States. This was also a key moment in U.S. coin history, as silver was being removed from dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and copper pennies were nearing their own major shift. Thus, the 1964 D Lincoln penny became the last true bronze issue before the alloy changed in later years. Holding one of these coins is like holding a piece of a nation in transition. On the obverse side, we see the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln faces right, representing honor and perseverance, values deeply tied to his leadership during America's Civil War. The words "In God We Trust" are boldly engraved across the top, while Liberty sits to the left and the date 1964 with the D mint mark appears to the right. In uncirculated condition, this side of the coin shines with full detail. Lincoln's hair strands, collar folds, and facial contours stand out sharply. Collectors especially look for coins with bright red, RD luster, the original shine the penny had when it left the Denver Mint. Over time, copper coins turn red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, but uncirculated examples that retain their original fiery color are far more valuable and eye-catching. Flipping to the reverse, we find the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 by Frank Gasparo to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This replaced the earlier wheat ears design that had graced the reverse since 1909. The Lincoln Memorial design carries rich symbolism. It's a monument to unity, freedom, and remembrance. Above it reads United States of America, and just below, in smaller font, the motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. At the bottom is the denomination 1 cent. A fascinating detail is that, under magnification, you can see a tiny representation of the seated statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a testament to Gasparo's fine craftsmanship. In uncirculated condition, the memorial steps and columns appear razor-sharp, making a well-preserved 1964 D penny an absolute treat to behold under good lighting. The 1964 D Lincoln Cent was struck using the long-standing bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams and measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter. The edge is smooth without reading. This composition gives the coin its iconic reddish-golden tone and satisfying heft, a tactile reminder of how coins used to feel before modern materials took over. These pennies were struck using high-pressure presses to achieve crisp, deep designs on each surface. In uncirculated condition, the surface of the coin glows with a mirror-like brilliance and rich copper luster, known as the cartwheel effect, which collectors adore. Over decades, exposure to air or humidity can darken the metal, but those that remain sealed in protective holders or mint rolls have retained that stunning red shine that can dramatically increase their value. The Denver Mint was extremely productive in 1964, striking an incredible 3,799,071,500 coins, nearly 3.8 billion in total. This makes the 1964 D one of the most common Lincoln cents ever minted. However, despite its abundance, the challenge lies in finding one that's still in perfect uncirculated condition after all these decades. The vast majority were released into circulation, where they became scratched, dull, and worn. Only coins preserved directly from original mint rolls or coin bags remain bright and pristine. Because collectors anticipated coin shortages during the 1960s, many people hoarded rolls of new pennies, a habit that unknowingly preserved thousands of uncirculated examples for future collectors. That's why today, even though billions were made, true gem uncirculated, MS65 and above, examples are still sought after and command solid premiums in the collector market. Let's talk about what your 1964 D Lincoln penny might be worth in 2025. In fine condition, it's still worth only about 1 to 3 cents, since it's common in circulation. However, in uncirculated condition, things get more interesting. A bright red RD penny graded MS63 can sell for $1 to $2, while MS64 RD examples often fetch $3 to $6. In MS65 RD, the value jumps to around $10 to $20. High-end specimens graded MS66 RD or MS67 RD, those with blazing color and flawless surfaces, can command between $50 and $200, depending on the coin's eye appeal. The current auction record for a 1964 D Lincoln cent in top condition exceeds $1,200, proving that even modern-era pennies can surprise collectors with incredible value when preserved perfectly. Always remember, condition and color make all the difference in copper coins. The 1964 D Lincoln cent is also known for a few fascinating minting errors that add significant value for collectors. The most famous among them are Repunched Mint Marks, RPMs, where the D was punched into the die more than once, creating a shadow or doubling effect around the mint mark. Some varieties show very strong doubling that can be spotted even without magnification. Other rare errors include die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and struck-through debris, where foreign material interfered during minting. Depending on the clarity and uniqueness of the error, such coins can sell for anywhere between $25 and $500, or even higher for major varieties. It's worth checking your coins under magnification. One small detail can turn a common cent into a valuable treasure. Beyond its value, the 1964 D Lincoln 1-cent coin holds a deeper significance. It marks the end of an era, the last full year the U.S. Mint produced bronze pennies before reducing tin content and eventually switching to copper-plated zinc in 1982. The coin also represents a key chapter in mid-century America, a time of hope, innovation, and change, with events like the Civil Rights Movement and the space race shaping national identity. Each 1964 D penny that survives in pristine mint state is not just a coin, but a miniature time capsule from that defining decade. Collectors cherish it for its beauty, accessibility, and connection to American heritage. Whether you're a beginner or a veteran numismatist, this coin is a cornerstone of any Lincoln cent collection. And that's the full story of the 1964 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a humble yet historically powerful piece of U.S. coinage. From its rich bronze composition and masterful design to its enduring luster and collectible value, this coin reminds us that even the smallest denominations can carry immense historical weight. If you own one in uncirculated condition, protect it carefully. It's a tangible piece of 20th century American history. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss our deep dives into coins worth real money. Drop a comment below if you have a 1964 D Lincoln penny, and tell us what condition yours is in. It might just be a hidden gem. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and every story has value. Thanks for watching.